It's day 2. Day 2 of Brainfoods Peak Brain Performance Challenge. Hello. Thank you. You're on the road. Vivi, I can hear you. Thank you for joining. We'll just wait for like until 9:10 so that others can join. Hello. It's day 2 of Brainfoods Peak Brain Performance Challenge. If you're with us on YouTube, you're welcome. On Google Meet, you're welcome. Wherever you are welcome. Today we'll talk about the power of holistic nutrition. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We will look at the power of holistic nutrition, harnessing the power of holistic and functional nutrition. If you're on Google Meet, welcome. Welcome, Joy. Welcome, everyone. Today we will be discussing how to unlock the power of functional nutrition. So yesterday we practically went through a lot of things that as a parent you may or may not have experienced. But today we are going to dive into one of those methods that you can use to harness the power of functional nutrition. Functional, holistic, but the power of advanced nutrition, functional nutrition, holistic nutrition. This is a form of nutrition where you do not just look at balanced diet, micronutrients, macronutrients, but you go much further into other things that affect your health, that even when you have the best foods, they may not yield results. They may not yield the expected results until you begin to implement some of these functional nutrition approach. I believe you all had a good day. We purposely put it by this time. That is when you are home, you are relaxing, you are no longer in the traffic. I'm sure even in Lagos, a lot of people will still be in traffic. Please do not forget, you have the opportunity to ask questions. You have the opportunity to send it either as chat or on the Facebook group. You can send it either on Facebook group, on the WhatsApp group, as a chat. Ask your questions. That is why we are here. We are here to offer you insight into some of the ways you can live a better health, but especially a better health for a better mind. A lot of people today are suffering from mental health challenges, and it's unfortunate that so many of them have not seen the power that the food they eat can have on their mental health, on how they feel. I have some of my parents here in the group that can testify to how the food their children eat have tremendously transformed how they feel. And don't forget, in children, here I'm talking about all children. In children, this translates to how they behave, how they feel, and how much they can assimilate from the environment, whether in terms of learning or in terms of enjoying social life or in terms of being able to coordinate their feelings and being able to express their feelings. So tonight we want to remind us again that the program always will be holding at 9 p.m. Nigerian time, UK time, GMT +01. So at this time, for the next 3 days again, we will be meeting together. So today we are asking ourselves that if you have tried a lot of things for yourself, for your family, for your children, and they have failed, have you imagined if there were other things out there that can actually help you to have it better than what you have obtained? Even if you have obtained it already to an extent, have you imagined if you can do actually much better than what you are having? But the most beautiful part of this is being able to own it. Empowerment. There is nothing like empowerment. You have tried, a lot of our parents have tried medication. A lot of our parents have tried things like therapies. A lot of our parents have tried even acupuncture. A lot of our parents have tried there is this Ayurvedic medication. All of these are valid in their own ways, but can you imagine that let's say you have a basket that is open on all sides and you are pouring water inside it. Some of these things are more or less, you are just pouring water inside a basket. So this nutrition is something that I usually tell parents that nutrition is one intervention that helps you to lay a solid foundation. Tonight I'm telling you, it is not just foundation, it also helps you to have a structure. It helps you to build that structure. It's like sealing up the openings of a basket that will enable you to be able to have the benefit from whatever you are doing. So if you have a basket that is leaking on all sides, do you think that whatever you are putting into that basket will be retained? No, it's not going to be retained. So now you have tried all of this, you have tried medication, you have tried everything. But here, just like I told you yesterday, you don't have to go about feeling that you are not doing enough. You don't have to go about feeling that it's your fault. You don't have to go about feeling that this is not right. I mean, like I say, every one of them are right in their own course. But what we are saying here is that there are still ways you can use to harness more from whatever you are doing. If you have like the basket we are using as an analogy, if you have, even if some of these things you've been doing is maybe sealing up some part of the basket, there are still ways. Even when you have a non-leaking basket, we can see that sometimes you may have to use even oil to seal it, something you see in a clay kind of structures. You still have to use oil to seal the tiny holes. These are things that nutrition will do for you. It will not just give you structure, it will give you integrity. It will give the body the integrity. And after the integrity, it will also build the body in such a way that even every other thing that is around it can be harnessed optimally. So today we are talking about how do you harness the benefits of functional nutrition. How do you want to make very good use of functional nutrition? I said it earlier, functional nutrition is the kind of nutrition that goes beyond just balanced diet, micronutrients, micronutrients. Nutrition has gone beyond that. And today in the functional nutrition, we are talking about how is this person handling what is happening in their environment. How is the things happening in the environment, how is it affecting the life of this person? How is it affecting the health of this person? I have known people come to me talking about how they are growing fat, despite all the exercise they are doing, despite all the intermittent fasting and stuff they are doing, but they keep growing fat. If it wasn't for functional nutrition, you will keep recommending diet, don't eat this, cut that. No. But in this case, functional nutrition will teach you to look at things like hormone, to look at things like heavy metal toxicity, to look at things like integrity of their gut walls. These are not the things you could learn from just basic nutrition. So on this note, we are saying that for you to be able to harness the benefits of functional nutrition, you need to look beyond what is just obtainable. But I tell you today that a lot of people out there, mainstream medicine, mainstream nutritionists, yes, mainstream dietitians, they don't believe in these things. And that is why people keep going and going. I had a child who has been receiving medication that would help him to poo, like laxatives. This child has been receiving laxatives for over 3 years of his life, but nobody bothered to check what else can be happening. Because each time they go to hospital, the doctor just looks at the medical note and say, oh, he has been on laxative. And the mom keeps complaining, this laxative is not doing us any good, but nobody is looking at it. And this child continued losing the speech, continued losing social interaction, stopped sleeping, very uncomfortable, always hyperactive, always, lethargic. Until we had to do a test and we realized that this poor child has a very big inflammation in his stomach. Before then, the mom reported that for 3 weeks, this child could just be once the child would have to excrete. And this is even when the mom has to use all external forces, put soap in his bum, use warm water, do all sorts of things. Sometimes they have to do enema for the child to go once in a week. Today, I will tell you that this child is able to verbalize his needs. He's able to sit in class. He's able to, interact with people around him. He's able to enjoy his family. Why? Because the whatever is ailing him has been addressed. We started addressing inflammation, and it's as if he just got a new life. So what we are saying is that functional nutrition is the way today. Functional nutrition has come to stay, and functional nutrition is like a gateway to better health, because a lot of people do not recognize that food nutrition is not just about the things you put in your mouth, or sometimes just about having it colorful or having it balanced. Functional nutrition is also encouraging variety. It encourages you to create variety in your food. I know that most of us, even when we create variety, we culturally we have this tendency to go to stick to like a very few sets of food. Many homes, it's either they are having rice, or they are having yam, or they are having, beans, very few. So this, you can say, oh, I ate this one yesterday, I didn't eat it today, I ate it next tomorrow, and I'm not going to eat it tomorrow. So you are more or less just alternating two foods. Some people will have pasta today, rice tomorrow, spaghetti next tomorrow, rice the other day. You are basically just eating the same thing. So in functional nutrition, we are going to teach you how you can vary your food, because in nutrition, variety is the key. Variety is even more important than balance, because by the time you are varying, you would have already achieved balance. If you have maybe beans, and add some carrots, and add some form of animal protein, let's say crayfish, or even egg. Some people just love eating egg in anything, like Ghanaians, no offense intended. When by the time you do this with the aim of variety, you are already achieving balance. And that is why in nutrition, variety is key. Variety has higher score than balance. So in functional nutrition, effectively vary your food. How to that in the line of variety is other benefits in your body. In functional nutrition, we learn about how simple spices can do a lot in your food. I bet you don't know that there are spices that can even treat infection, that you may just be adding in your food, just innocently just eating. You don't know there are spices that can help to improve your mental capacity. You don't know there are spices that are meant to restore your stomach integrity. You don't know there are spices that are meant to support your hormone. But these are things that the functional nutrition will teach you. Functional nutrition will allow you to harness the best from your everyday things that are basically, things that people just do as part of living, but you now know why you are doing it and how best to do it, so that you will be able to get the every benefit from it. Some are doing it wrong, some are doing it right. Okay, take for instance the spice that will help you to remove heavy metal from your body. There are spices that will help you to remove heavy metal from your body. In functional nutrition, you are taught that if, for instance, you have very high level of that chemical, that metal in your body, there is a way you need to use it. You don't just go packing it in your food, because there are reactions. Every food is a chemical, and there are chemical reactions that if you do it unknowingly, you might actually be hurting yourself. So I need you to imagine that you are in your kitchen, and you can take control of how you make your food optimally, of how you control, not really control, but how you can bring your family to give them the best out of the food you offer them. How you can make your children more active, healthier, more mentally active, more, we don't say more intelligent, but like more mentally, active. Yes, like I said, how you can make your children the envy of their peers just because of the kind of food you offer them in your kitchen. I am sure that as a mother, as a parent, it will be a joy. It will be like a dream come true. And before everyone asks yourself, you would have started dishing it out. Oh, I do this, I do that. They are so, yeah, this is what I offer them. And you may ask, what if the children are not eating? Don't worry. In functional nutrition, we also offer you techniques that would enhance how much the child is receiving from you. For children that do not want to eat, we have some proven techniques that you can apply. And in those techniques, as you are applying them to enhance the child from eating, don't worry, it's not giving them multivitamin. No, that's not the technique. As you are applying that technique, you are also offering them nutrient-dense food that even if they do not eat a lot of it, the much they eat, they will still be able to get a lot of nutrients from it. Imagine yourself being in charge of the health of your family. Imagine yourself having that knowledge that when you sit down, you can confidently create a very holistic meal plan for your family, so that when you wake up in the morning, you know the right thing to put in the pot, you know the right thing to offer them, even with or without putting it in the pot. You know the right combination of foods, you know what can be had at this stage of life, you know what can be had at that stage of life. You have a knowledge of the hormonal changes, everything that is going on, that you should be able to take charge of your home as a parent. I mean, to me, it will be a treasure. It will be something that anyone should, be able to look forward to. So today we have highlighted what functional nutrition can do, how as a parent you can actually empower yourself to be able to offer your children a functional care through nutrition, how you should be able to question. In a developed world, you can question what doctors are giving you in the hospital. So if you have this knowledge, you should be able to question sometimes what they offer you in the hospital, what they offer you at the clinic. You can say, no, I wouldn't want to have this. Don't worry, it's usually not like a very pleasant feeling, because sometimes they will make you feel like you are the villain, that yeah, you don't even know what is good for you and your children. I know, I have fought that battle several times, especially when it comes to things like antibiotics. I have fought and I fought. At some point they felt that it's because we can't afford it, and I will buy it, I will pay for it and deposit it in their dustbin right in front of them. Because if only we knew what one course of antibiotics can do to the gut of a child. I was just looking at a research earlier today, and it says that one course of antibiotics can increase 25% the probability of a child going into depression. Another course will increase by 25% the probability of a child going into anxiety attack, panic attack and anxiety. Another course of antibiotics can increase up to 50% of a child becoming a grumpy adult when they grow up. And why? Why are these things happening, you may ask yourself? This is because the antibiotic microbiota of that child, microbiota is more or less like a part of your body. It is like somebody just came and amputated your leg or amputated your hand. And this might be extreme, but the earlier you begin to see it like that, the better. So before you opt for that antibiotics, you have to really analyze it and know that This is not something we can battle at home. This is not something that we can actually walk around. And imagine if at some point in your life, after this course, you know exactly what to do, when to do it, and how to do it. I mean, it's going to be like a gold in your closet. So the point I'm making is, if you are in charge, if you know your onions, not only will you not be pushed around, but even diseases, even infections will be pushed around by you in your own home. I have a mother here that I'm always proud of. I always tell people that she's a champion. She has taken hold of her child's health and turned it around. Turned it around. I don't know if you want me to call your name. Joy. Joy is one mother here that has taken the life of her child and turned it around. She fought like a lion. And those are the kind of mothers you want to be. You want to have the knowledge, you want to have the power, you want to be able to control your family, not in a bad way, but in a good way. You want to be in charge. You want to be able to say, this is right for my children, this is not right for my children. So today, in harnessing the power of functional nutrition, I will encourage you as parents, always look out for any avenue to learn more. Always search for any avenue to learn more. And today, this is what I'm going to be offering you in this course. This course is Neurohack Holistic Nutrition course. You have never seen anything like this. Why? Because I am bringing a knowledge of over 20 years, not just in one area. I have gone through food and nutrition in terms of its production, in terms of its planting, in terms of its processing, in terms of its nutrition, and in terms of its impact, both in the home and in the society. So I am bringing you over 20 years of studies to compact it and give it to you in such a way that you'll be able to take charge of your home, be able to determine what is good for your children, determine what is good for your husband. I have one other mother that took hold of his child and her husband, and she weaned her husband off of over 10 years medication for hypertension and diabetes using nutrition. I bet you'll be happy to do this. I bet it's the joy of every mother that I am. As a mother, when you kneel down and pray, heaven shakes. So as a mother also, if you enter kitchen, disease should be shaking in your house. That is what Joy did in her house. If you enter kitchen, in fact, any impediment, any no nonsense around your children should be shaking each time you enter kitchen. So I need you parents to, take this offer and run with it, because it's not something that would run forever. It's something that we are going to offer to those who are willing and, ready to start the journey. If your children are young, then you are very lucky, because at this age you are supposed to be molding them. You are supposed to be putting them in the right state of mind, that even when they grow, they say train children the way they should go, that when they grow they will not depart from it. So also is nutrition. If your child has known a certain pattern of feeding in their early years, I tell you, even when they go to school, they will not deviate so much from it. Yes, at some age they may want to just rebel. They just want to have a taste of what it feels to eat something else that they are not allowed to have at home. But as they keep growing, you will realize that they would have cultivated that healthy pattern of eating, healthy pattern of functional feeding, healthy pattern of functional health care for themselves. And The good thing is that whatever you're doing now, you're doing it for a generation. I know how much my father's principles around nutrition has rubbed off on me. I used to know my father as somebody that would never ever allow food on the fire to go without some form of vegetable. Even when it doesn't gel in terms of recipe, he would just say, put it there, put it there. Those that invented the first one, what did they know? Let us invest our own. He would just go in and pick vegetable and pour in the food. That did not just rub off on us, it also offered us the kind of immunity that, in fact, I had three cousins sleeping on the same bed with me, two other cousins sleeping on the same bed with me, all with chicken pox. I don't know if that counts, but I up to today I've never had chicken pox. But I had people around me, like even in my home, a lot of times when people are having cold and stuff, I hardly pick them. And that is because the immunity has been built right from the younger age. Even in nutrition, we have a graph that shows that when it comes to life expectancy, those that started proper nutrition as children, their graph is always higher than those that started proper nutrition as adults. It might, as an adult, if you start proper nutrition, it will just increase a bit. But for those that started proper nutrition as children, you see their graph going up and up and up. So what are we saying? As a parent, it is very important that you learn all you can, harness all the knowledge there is, to have that proper knowledge to support your family and give your children a good start. It may not be your children directly, it can also be your grandchildren. Who knows? It can also be your grandchildren. If you have missed it for your children, you can offer it to your grandchildren. I know a lot of families that grannies are playing very important roles in the upkeep of the children. If you are in charge in your daughter's or son's kitchen in one day, show them what you've got up your sleeves and they will keep coming for more. I don't know if anyone has any question. Tomorrow we are going to come again, and tomorrow we are going to be looking at optimizing diet for peak neurological performance. We are going to look at how you can harness the power of nutrition for neurological performance. A lot of you here already know that this is possible. There are things you can do in nutrition that will support your child to have better neurological performance, better mental acuity, better clarity of mind, better speech, and even better sleep. And all of these are possible through nutrition. We are a bit 3 minutes past our time. If nobody had a question, we are going to continue to post our commitment. If we are committed to this, it will help you to put your mind to it and come around tomorrow and keep learning whatever you can that will support your family to live better and healthier lives. Thank you so much for attending today. We look forward to tomorrow. Those on YouTube, thank you for attending. I appreciate your patience. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Miss Vivian has a question.
Okay.
And Mrs. Chika also has a question.
Okay, I'm listening. You can unmute yourself and ask your question. I think Vivian was clapping. Miss Chika, you can unmute yourself if you have a question. Hello? Should I unmute you? Okay, I can't. I cannot even unmute you. Okay, maybe it was in error. But thank you for attending today. Even your question can still be sent through all our avenues. Facebook group is open. We have a chat there on the Facebook group. So there's a chat where you can also post your questions. Please post your commitments. We are going to put it up again today. You need to get this so you know you are committed to applying all that we are learning to be able to support your home and your family. Thank you so much for today and have a lovely evening. Thank you, Phil. Thank you.